Welcome back, everyone, to the Off Campus Podcast. Here we're joined by Sophia Marzullo.
Hey.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just living, to be honest.
That's good.
Yeah.
What'd you do today? It is a Saturday, so no school.
No school. Slept in.
Good for you. What time do you wake up?
9 o'clock.
That's not sleeping in.
Well, I wake up at 5:15 during the week, so.
That sounds horrible.
It
For what?
is. My cosmetology class starts at 7:15, and it's at Pinkerton. So I have to be at my school by 6:30.
And then you go from a bus to Pinkerton?
With all the kids that have it first block.
That's horrible.
It's awful.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Sophia. I'm 17. I go to Pelham High School. I am doing the cosmetology program at Pinkerton. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I sell ceramics, very much so into art. It's one of my passions. I definitely am looking in finding my career right now. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're a lot more mature than I was at 17. So I guess we'll go right into it. So you sell ceramics.
I do.
So where do you make them?
So right now, because I have access to my school ceramics room and like the kiln and all of that stuff, which is like what cooks the ceramics, I throw on the wheels there, and so everything's pretty much done there. I stay after school sometimes on days that I have off, but it's my responsibility to buy my own clay. Clay is like $100 for a box, which is like two big bags that are like 50-pound bags. So I mean, it's a lot.
Where do you get it?
So you can either order it online from like Blick, which is like what a lot of schools do. But I go to Portland Pottery, which is all the way in Portland, Maine.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's good clay. It's
okay.
Great. Yeah.
So you just do it at school?
Yeah, pretty much. Bring it home sometimes. Usually when I bring it home, it's like doing all the underglaze, so the pretty artwork on it.
Yeah. Like, do you want to kind of go through? So she made this. This is a hand. I might have to like zoom in on the video, but it's really good. And she made this art piece. That's obviously not ceramics, but do you want to quickly talk about these ones in particular, why you like them?
Yeah, so this is definitely one of my favorite ones just because of the meaning behind it. When I create art, I like to have it draw from either something that happened to me, something that's happened to other people, a lot of emotion packed into it, because those are the ones that are, those are the ones that win awards. Those are the ones that make people feel things. And that's what art is to me personally. It's about making other people see things through different perspectives. So like this one is just like, it's a tree morphing into a hand. That was the idea behind it. But, I mean, the emotion behind it is not letting something consume you. Reaching up and trying to find the light in something so dark. You know what I mean? So this particular piece of art took me about 3 weeks. I started with carving the arm out and all of the detail in the tree bark, which took me 2 weeks in itself. And then sculpting each of the fingers individually and then adding them to the hand. And that's all solid. Like that, I couldn't hollow out. So when you put something solid into the kiln, which is where it becomes hard and is no longer soft clay, it has a tendency to explode. So that was definitely something that was really nerve-wracking because there was like a 99.9% chance that it was going to explode. Yeah. So that was definitely scary. But, I mean, all of the moss and the details in the hand was all painted by hand. Took me forever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I want to see this side again. It's very, I don't know. I could not have done this. I took a pottery class in high school. And
Did you really?
I don't know if... I just made bowls, but I don't know if they actually came out as bowls. And so you do art competitions.
I do.
So do you want to talk about those?
Yeah, so I actually submitted this one this year. It won a silver in the ceramics category, and this one won a silver as well. So every year I submit all of the work that I did from the previous year to Scholastics, and it starts as a regional competition. So you compete within your state, and then after states is over, whoever won gold in each of their states, they go to nationals. So I didn't get to go to nationals this year, but it's fine. I got to go to nationals last year because I won 2 golds, and I ended up winning a national gold medal. And I was one of 2 people in my school to do that. It's really, really hard to win nationally, and when you do get to do that, you get to go to Carnegie Hall, New York.
Oh, cool.
So that's really cool. Yeah, I didn't get to go though because all the vaccination and stuff was just put out way too late, so a lot of people didn't get to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough. Wait, so were you like a freshman then? Or
I was
were
a
you
sophomore.
Sophomore?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to, we kind of skipped over this one. What's the meaning? Why do you like this one so much?
So this one is of my sister. Love my sister. She's a lot of inspiration for a lot of my artwork. I took this picture when I went on vacation this year for her senior trip, and I just fell in love with it. The picture looks completely different than that. The emotional meaning and what really drove me to do this is, me and my sister and I, we're each other's rocks. Like, we're best friends, and we've been through a lot together. And, we've kind of hidden ourselves from the world. We don't go out a lot. We don't talk a lot. We don't have a lot of friends. We have each other. And so this is just showing that, we hid ourselves from the world, but we have each other, and we don't have to hide.
That is so cool. And that's a good thing. A lot of cultures, not really American culture, but a lot of cultures, it's like completely family first. A lot of like Middle Eastern and Asian cultures, it's all family. And then in America, it's kind of just completely opposite.
I hate that we do that here.
Yeah, family's super important. I don't get it. There's so many people, they just hate their families. It's like, how do you get through the day when you hate your family?
Exactly. Like, you live with them 24/7. You have to love them.
Yeah.
You have to.
When did you kind of figure out that you liked art?
My freshman year in high school. So when I was like in middle school and all that, I really wanted to be good at art, and I was just simply bad. I was really bad. So when I got to high school, it's a requirement that you have at least 1 credit of art. So I took my intro to art class. It was my last block of the day freshman year. It was great. I loved it. And there was one project where we got to either do a portrait or like anything we wanted. And I wanted to challenge myself, and I did a portrait, and it came out amazing. It was my first painting that ever tapered into realism and all that. And I think that was like the moment I was like, wow, I can do this.
So did you like it before when you didn't think you were that good?
I loved art. Like, I've always loved art. Something about it, like Monet, my favorite artist in the world. He takes things that are so simple and puts so much emotion and so much detail into it that, I mean, not everybody can see certain art. Everybody likes their art, and I like pretty art. Everybody has like their specific type.
What do you think of I don't know what it's called. It's like the imaginatory art or something, where people have like nothing and then they sell it for millions of dollars.
Oh my gosh.
Because you have to be creative.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's like a line on a canvas, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I respect it. The confidence those artists have to sell a blank canvas, go you.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but to some people it means a lot. To some people it's very impactful. So I respect the people that sell that for millions of dollars, even though anybody could do it.
I think they're lying. That makes no sense. It really doesn't. I don't know. There's just art sells for so much.
It does.
Art is like so valuable to people.
Does.
And a lot of it has to do with the artist, not just the art piece. Because a lot of people can make very cool art. But there's a reason why the Mona Lisa is so expensive.
And the Mona Lisa is not that pretty.
No.
It's like this big in real life.
Oh, really?
It is.
I've never seen it.
It's really ugly. You're buying art because of the artist.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily, I mean, have you seen like any abstract art? It's like a bunch of scribbles.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's that person art, but that could mean chaos to one person and happiness to the other.
I know, it's so weird.
It's just how the person that is buying the art interprets it in a way.
Yep.
So
where do you see your future like kind of going with this? Do you want to, is this just like a hobby to you or what?
that's what I'm kind of thinking about right now because I love making art. It's like a stress reliever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way to just like clear my head completely. So right now I'm thinking about, eventually having my own business in cosmetology, my own salon and everything. So if that kicks off well, I have considered just selling my artwork there. I'm in the process of creating an Etsy shop and all that for ceramics. It's just finding the time to make all of that because it's a lot.
Yeah, because to actually make any real money, you gotta sell a lot.
You have to make a lot.
Yeah. Well, we were gonna go into the cosmetology program anyway. So you're in a cosmetology program now at Pinkerton. How does that go? Like, when you show up, what do you do?
So I get to my cosmetology class, and everybody takes out their mannequin head, and yeah, we all got.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so we each have like 2 or 3. We have the one that the school issued us, the one that we paid for, and then one that's ethnic. So we learn how to do that. I'm actually having a field trip on Monday on how to work on like ethnic hair, so like braids, twists, dreads, and all that.
Oh, that's so sick.
Right? I'm so excited. So we go into our lockers, get our mannequin heads, and bring out our kits that we paid like $50, I think it was. It just has everything that we'll need. And the past few weeks, we've had tasks. So I was on hair cutting the first 2 weeks. So we learned how to do a straight box cut. So it's just the same length throughout the whole hair. And then we work on thermal styling. So like curling hair, straightening hair, blowouts, blow drying, different techniques to use. And it's all graded. And after we complete each task, we take pictures of it. And that's how she grades us, based off our pictures. And then I worked on wet styling, so it's just water and gel, and you make something. We did flat wraps, so basically you like comb the hair all around the head with like a lot of gel. And it's supposed to make your hair perfectly flat, which I just don't understand, but it's a thing. And then like all like the 70s roller sets and stuff.
Oh yeah, that must be fun.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. The gel is like sticky. It smells like pickles.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's gross. Yeah. Hair is very interesting. I never understood people who can cut hair because I'm like, how do you learn that? Do you just go for it and hope you don't mess up on someone?
It's definitely trial and error. That's why we have our mannequin heads.
So do you cut the mannequin's hair? Do you cut it?
Yes.
Then what do you do? Because it has no hair.
And then you get a new mannequin.
Every time?
Well, you don't cut it. You don't shave it all off the first time. So
Well,
we cut like 3 inches off. So now she has like shoulder length hair. You start with like really long hair.
Okay. All right,
Like,
makes
really
sense.
long.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. What were you saying? You were saying something.
So I mean, pretty much what our program does is once we get to the point where we learn barbering and all that, we shave the mannequin's head and we donate them to the police department, and that's how they practice shooting on a old
they shoot the mannequins.
Yeah, they do.
That's so cool. I want to go to a firing range. I've never been to one. I feel
Really?
like that would be fun. I've never been.
I've heard it's fun. My Pepe and my grandparents go every year.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people go a lot, but I don't, and none of my family does. You said you color hair as well.
I do.
So what is that like?
So coloring is something that's like really, really hard. It's a lot of like ratios and knowing your color wheel and everything. So you have to be good at math while also being artistic, which I can be artistic. I'm terrible at math.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, sorta. I'm not great with math, but
I'm awful.
bad with
Terrible.
art.
I got a 73 in my Algebra 2 class this year.
Nice.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. But right now I color my own hair. Yeah. I'm trying to like cover up all my red hair that I did from like 6th to 7th grade. It's awful. Red does not come out of your hair.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I bleached my hair twice. I had bleached blonde hair.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a horrible decision.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, I liked it just because it was so different, but
It's fun.
It gets old.
Yeah.
After like a week, I'm like, yeah, I just want my old hair back.
Yeah, that's how I am. I get bored of my hair. I'm like, all right, trip to Sally's, which is like a beauty store.
Yeah. Let's see. You have appointments for prom, you said.
I do.
So, how many?
I have 5 right now.
And is it with just your friends?
So, yeah, pretty much my friends right now. So I have like 3 friends from my public school that I go to, and then I'm doing the Fournier girls' hair, like Ari and Libby. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I'm doing their hair. And yeah. So I have them right now. So it's just a lot of like practicing and, changing up the style and figuring out how to do it to their length of hair, because they don't have the longest hair, and all of the ones that they sent me are like really long hair. So it's just figuring that out. But I'm excited. I love hairstyling.
Are you charging them anything?
I feel bad charging my friends. I don't let my friends pay me.
Like you have to.
I feel like $20. That's what I'm only gonna take, because
That's cheap for girls' hair. That's cheap.
oh, it's cheap. I last Monday I did a haircut on somebody, and I got $50 for it. So that was great. It was great. But
I feel like that's still cheap for a girl. Girls' haircuts are crazy expensive.
It depends on what you're doing though, because she just wanted a trim and then a style.
Okay. I don't know. All I know is when my sister goes, it's a lot of money. It's like $90 or something.
Yeah. It also depends
So
on like the
crazy.
stylist that you're going to, because you have to pay for all the stuff that they use, and if they use
True.
expensive products, you're paying for those products.
That is true. My haircuts are like $30 plus tip though. So
40. So
yeah, around.
yeah.
If I'm feeling nice, it's around 40.
I have like a $600 hair appointment coming up.
What?
But here's the thing, it's going to be free. So I consider her my hair mentor, but she's really good at hair and stuff like that. She needs a hair model for Instagram and stuff like that. So I said yes. And pretty much that means that they get to do whatever they want to your hair. And she sent me like blue and purple hair, and I was like, mm-mm.
Really?
That's a no for me. And so she let me choose. So yeah, what would be a $600 hair appointment is going to be free, and I'm so excited.
That is awesome.
Right?
You should have gone purple and blue.
That's just not me.
Cotton candy?
Personally.
Kind of. That would be cool.
Cotton candy. Oh my gosh. That would
That'd
be
be
bad.
awesome. So are you planning on going to college?
As of right now, no. Which is funny
Okay.
because I just took the SATs on Thursday. It was so bad. It was 30 degrees in that room. I was
Really?
shivering. Yeah. And you would think, because we did it in the gym with our whole entire class, so you think it would be warm. And even like all the administration, like our vice principal and everything, were complaining about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are they allowed to do that? How is it 30 degrees in there? That makes no sense.
I feel like I'm being dramatic, but everybody was cold.
Oh, okay. With everyone in there, you'd think it would be warm.
Exactly. But it feels like as cold as it is in here right now. That's how
Okay.
cold it was.
Well, I'm not that cold.
Okay, well, I have rips in my jeans, so it makes it cold, but
Yeah, true. Wow, no college.
no college.
Did you ever like? I mean, I'm assuming you thought you were gonna be going.
I thought I was going to be going a numerous amount of times. The amount of times I've changed what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a neurologist at one point.
I think I had that urge in middle school for
Yeah.
about a month, and then I decided it was too much work.
I wanted to be a neurologist for years, like all of elementary school. And I think it's because, like, my mom wanted all of us to be, like, doctors and stuff like that. Like, she liked the idea of it, and it was no pressure or anything. But the brain is very fascinating to me. And I think the point where I figured out maybe this isn't for me is I went with my mom to go and check her brain out. I don't know what she was doing, to be honest. I just came along. And I had my notes and I asked all the doctor questions and it was going great. And then they're like, okay, you need to get 7 vials of blood drawn.
Oh.
So we're sitting in the room and I'm just sitting there, having a great time, blah, blah, blah. And I look over and 7 vials of blood is being drawn. And I've never fainted before, but my mom does. And she's like sliding out of the chair and I look in and there's like all that blood right there. And I face first on the ground, passed out. It was so funny because I don't know how my glasses didn't break. One, face first on the ground, cement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like woke up a little bit and there was only one nurse in that room. And so there's like blood shooting on the ceiling because my mom's passed out because the nurse is trying to get me up in the middle of drawing my mom's blood. It was a disaster.
That's great. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. So no neurology for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when I was younger, I felt like it, and then I looked up what you need to do, and I just decided no, there's no way. I don't even think I could do that. I'm horrible at school, and I'm very impatient. So waiting like 8 years going to school just to get a job doesn't seem like my kind of thing. Some people like it. And some people can do it, but I definitely can't do it.
Yeah, the people that have that commitment to go to school for that long.
Yeah.
I could never.
It's pretty smart not going to college, at least for certain situations. If you want to start a salon, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
If you started a salon and did that instead of college. So then you have no debt and you're not wasting time.
Exactly.
Learning stuff that you can learn off campus.
That's good.
Thanks. I thought about that the other day. So when I first started this podcast, I was going to just have people that didn't go to college. And then I found out that there's actually not that many people who don't go to college. And everyone who doesn't is usually pretty busy and has like tough schedules to fit in with mine. So then I decided to have some people that did go to college, and then I thought, this is great. It's a podcast that you learn stuff that you won't learn on campus, so it's off campus.
There you go.
So I fixed it. I saved it. Yeah. Let's move on. I actually wrote down, do you take high school seriously?
I do. Even though I'm not going to college, I do take it seriously. It's still a part of like, growing up. Don't mess around, get good grades, this and that. It's your education. It's how you're gonna know things in the future, and I need that.
Yeah, I think it's more important because I didn't really take it seriously. I wish I did, but I didn't really care about it. I thought I was gonna go to college too. I didn't really care. I'm like, okay, if I get B's and C's, like, am I really not going to get accepted to college?
Yeah.
But I think it's more important, like, just to learn how to do stuff. Like, if you have homework, it doesn't really matter, like, the material of the homework. It's the fact that you need to do this and you're getting it done just because you have to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's more important than the actual information you're learning.
Yeah, and I think, like, even now, like, SATs don't matter. A lot of colleges make it optional.
Yeah.
A lot of colleges, like, your grades are important, but they want interesting people.
Yeah.
In a sense. So I feel like that part was never stressed. I'm not interesting. So.
Well, I think you're pretty interesting. That's why you're here.
Thanks.
Well, you're pretty good at art. Not many people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in society kind of wants interesting people over just smart people.
Yeah.
Everything. All the like richest people in the world, I feel like they didn't go to college.
No.
A lot of them inherited businesses and, a lot. But then they built that up. So good for them.
Yeah.
Hard workers. Yeah, they're all hard workers. and you don't really. I mean, you learn that in school just from being there and like getting it done, but the information you're learning, it's not really.
No.
And especially in college, I think college is actually worse because you're spending a lot more money if you're spending any money at all in high school, and most people in college, they'll skip classes. All they do is
Yeah.
skip classes, party, and drink. That's it.
Yeah.
Just waste time and spend money. That's all they do.
And then they'll complain about being in debt later on.
Yeah, and they learned
It's like-
absolutely nothing from college.
Yeah. So what are you actually paying for? Have fun?
Yeah. A lot of people do need college. I'm not saying it's a complete negative thing, but
No.
it's kind of a scam, kind of. Let's see. Is there anything else about kind of art and or hair that you want to talk about?
I see hair as like a form of art, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Art,
definitely is.
Oh, 100% is. So I think it's kind of cool that I'll be able to carry my artistic traits into cosmetology and like matching colors and all of this stuff. So I definitely want to go more into like hair cutting and hair coloring. That's just my personal opinion. Hair design is fun, but
So you're more interested in the coloring.
I am.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can you quickly show that? Because we've had this painting, and I keep looking at it, and we haven't shown. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is the one that won national last year.
Do you want to talk about that real quick? What is that?
So this piece of art, so it's actually chalk pastel.
Or I'll hold it.
Okay.
You can talk.
All right. So this
Oh,
is
yeah, it
chalk.
is.
It is chalk.
Okay.
It's sprayed. It won't really get on you, but
I don't care if it's on me. I don't want to mess it up. That's all.
yeah. So chalk pastel is like a very loose powder. It's chalk, pretty much. It's just on special paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's a material that's like really easy to blend. It's my favorite material to paint with and all that. But this is called Behind Gray Eyes. So it's a self-portrait. My second self-portrait that I've done. I have gray eyes, so that's what it's called. But the meaning behind it, I just want people to think. Like, what am I thinking? Why am I looking the way I do? Why am I sitting there in that position? You know, what's going through my head? And make it their own. That's another, like, form of art that is really important to me, the way that people interpret it. I want people to feel their own thing while looking at my art. So.
Cool. All right. You want to put it back there real quick? That's very cool. So where'd you learn? So these are all like different art styles. It's like, how do you learn how to be good at that, the chalk pastel, and then be good at this, and then be good at that?
Personally, I just kind of go for it.
Okay. And then you said ceramics is your favorite, or is that your favorite?
No. So chalk pastel is my favorite. I definitely like 2D art, so painting, stuff like that. Portraits are my favorite to do because I like rendering the face and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been into landscapes. People that do landscapes are hard. They're really hard. Cannot do them.
You have to I feel like those people just see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Like they see it before they try anything.
Yeah. Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, not something I can do. I can't do
Bob
that.
Ross got it down.
I know. I used to watch his streams like in class because I was just bored.
Really?
Yeah, he's calming. It's so calm.
That's so funny.
All right, we're gonna go into a little. It's kind of a sidetrack from art. It's not really about art at all or about her at all. But so we go to the same church, Crossroads in Pelham, and so I already told you. I hope you thought of some, but in the context of growing up in church, what is one thing or multiple that's accepted in society or kind of praised in society that's not good or it's wrong or but people do it anyway and it's like completely accepted?
Yeah.
Do you have anything specific?
Specifically, I would say, living with your boyfriend and girlfriend before marriage, sex before marriage, having kids before marriage. That is something that is just like, it's normalized in culture. And that is one thing that I just really hate, because as a church, it's our responsibility to like show that, you know, you wait till marriage. And I'm fine with that. That's personally, I'd rather have that, because that's your person for life.
Just smarter.
There's no mistakes. Like nothing could happen if you keep with that. Yep. But in our society, it's like, you know, people keep track. It's like, it's to brag about it. And I just don't understand that. Like, why would you brag about something that's supposed to be so intimate with your partner?
Yeah. People, and yeah, it's true. And people just, even without partners, they're, it's
like, it's something, God intended it to be a connection with your spouse. And it has just been completely thrown out of the water, completely taken out of context, and it's a sport at this point. You know, people just...
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
It's like a competition in society. It's ridiculous, and I just don't understand what... We're selfish. We compare... We only care about our selfish ambitions and the things that we want. I hate our generation, our society for that right now.
Yeah, I don't like saying that I hate my generation, because I'm part of it, and I'm not perfect, so I do contribute to some of its problems as well. But I try and do the best I can. But yeah, it's pretty bad. You see other podcasts. I don't know if you really watch podcasts as much, but the Whatever podcast and Fresh and Fit, they are kind of the best at showing it, because they'll have a whole bunch of they'll have 8 or 9 Instagram girls on, and I don't know, they just kind of expose. It's so easy to see what's wrong with our culture now.
Yeah.
Especially, I even wrote that, because I wrote down what's one thing that's wrong, whatever, and then I said anything from hookup culture to love yourself first culture to living your truth. And yeah, hookup culture is probably one of the most destructive things for our generation, and it's the reason, or one of the reasons, why the divorce rate is so high in America, because it's less with guys, but guys too. But when girls have an intimate connection with someone, they have a difficulty having another intimate connection with another person later on. Guys kind of just biologically aren't like that as much, but they still contribute to it. And actually, another thing that I was talking to my cousin about yesterday, which I hate from our generation, is all the guys will go around, both guys and girls, but it's different. But guys will always go around and they'll be like, okay, girls, all they care about is attention. All they care about is being seen. They dress promiscuously, and all they want is my money. And then I hate that. And girls say, oh yeah, all guys, they just want to sleep with me. They don't really care about having a relationship or anything serious. And it's you guys are just looking in the wrong places.
Yeah.
It's not everyone's like that. There's a lot. I think it's at least 90%. But if you look in the right places, there's plenty of good girls and plenty of good guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you're listening around our age, don't lose hope. There's plenty of good people around.
You got this.
And out there.
It.
Yeah. Just as Jordan Peterson would say, don't wait for the right person to come to you. Be the right person for someone else. And then the right person will show themselves. Because how do you know if you're not being the right person for someone, and let's say the right person shows up for you, how do you know they're not just going to run away from you because you're not as good as you should be? You know?
Yeah.
You can't expect someone. Happen. Yeah, you can't expect someone great to come into your life if you're not trying to be great.
Exactly. But then people take it out of context and they're like, well, well, I just got to work on myself. I got to love myself, because if I don't love
Oh,
myself,
yeah, we're going into that now.
I don't love other people. I can't love anybody else if I don't love myself. That whole idea is just completely selfish.
Yeah, and I think it's so delusional. I talked about it on the podcast with Dominic too a little bit, but I just don't get it. Like, what's your process behind if you don't love yourself, you can't love other people? What is going through your mind?
That it makes no logical sense.
Yeah. Let's say, like, let's replace it with satisfy. If you can't satisfy you can't satisfy other people if you're not satisfied with yourself, that makes no sense, because a way to find satisfaction in yourself is by helping other people. So that too, if you're feeling sad or you don't think you love yourself, just go help other people and see how you feel.
Yeah.
Guarantee you'll feel better about yourself.
And if you think you need to love yourself more because you don't love yourself enough, obviously you love yourself enough to be thinking about that.
Yeah, and we talked about it on Thursday night group too. It's both mindsets, because there's people that are like super, super cocky now, and they just think, oh yeah, everyone's gonna like me if I talk myself up and brag about everything that I've done, but then obviously that's boastful and selfish. But I feel like the opposite is also selfish, where people are just completely victimizing themselves and saying, oh yeah, I was born in a bad situation, or my parents don't treat me perfectly, or I have this disability. So I'm not saying disabilities don't exist. They definitely do. But you shouldn't use that as an excuse anyway.
Yeah.
And if you're so focused on that all the time, then that's selfish.
Yeah.
Because you just kind of want people to pity you and feel bad for you.
I agree. And I think that's another thing that's wrong with our society today. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. 3.
Yep. Well, we got another one.
We define ourselves by the things we can't do. We let that be who we are. I can't ride a bike. I'm the person that can't ride a bike. That's how I'm going to live my life. Yep. I can't do X, Y, and Z because I can't ride a bike, because that is who I am. Why do people do that? I don't understand that. You can't do something, okay. Work hard on it. Don't give up. But that's not who you are. That's just one thing that's limiting you right now. Well,
and if you really can't do it, just don't identify with that.
Exactly.
You have other stuff you can do, other stuff that's cool about you, that you have other talents. Everyone does.
Everybody has something.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things that I'm not good at.
Same here. Yeah. I'm not good at this.
I can't fill air in my tire.
Yeah.
My friend's going to come and do it.
Perfect. I would if I had the ability to right now. I don't have anything to do that with.
That's okay.
And okay, we'll talk about, what do you think of live your truth? Your truth.
I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling about that. It's ridiculous. Another thing that society has just completely made okay. It's not okay. Your truth, okay. That's only what you're feeling. Golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. Okay, so you're going to only live by the things that you think are right and hate on people that don't believe in the same things. But as soon as somebody does it to you, it's woe is me, and it's a big deal.
Yep. I think I agree. But also, there's no such thing as your truth. It's like truth is objective. There's no such thing as your truth. Truth is an objective thing. It doesn't change. It doesn't compensate. You can't what's it called?
You got it.
You can't I forgot the word. I don't know why I can't remember the word. It's like you can't make deals with it. It's not like you can change it a little bit this way. What's that word? It starts with a C.
Compromise?
Yes.
There we go.
You can't compromise with truth. I'm not good at talking either.
That's okay.
But I don't identify with it. Yeah. So it's not like something you can change. And your truth is selfish. It's the same thing with love yourself, kind of.
Yeah.
Because it's like completely focused on you, and you don't care about if it's good for anyone else. And what if your truth is in conjunction with another person's truth?
Or how
What
about
do you
just
do
the
then?
fact that, like, what if your truth isn't what God's truth is? God's truth is the truth. That's
Yeah.
it. There's no questioning that.
Yeah.
If your truth doesn't match up with what he says, obviously it's not right.
I think with the live your truth kind of goes par with like do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why should you do what makes you happy? And is it really going to make you happy?
Yeah.
Because, it would make me happy to rob a bank
Yeah.
and steal $1 million. But would that really make me happy? And would it really make anyone else happy?
And
That would
I
just
think,
be pure chaos.
Yeah, and I think people take that as like, even if it's wrong, it's okay because it's making me happy. And that's all that matters. They don't look at the fact that, like, if you were to go rob a bank today and the police are, like, taking your statement and whatever, they're like, why did you do it? Oh, because it makes me happy. They're going to look at you like you're dumb.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if it makes you happy. It's not right. People lose sight of that.
Yeah, and that's an extreme, obviously, but it's the same sort of thing with everything.
Yeah.
It's like with the hookup culture. It's like, oh yeah, well, this is what makes me happy. Why do you care that I do this? And it's like, well, you're tainting your future self, and you're tainting other people, and you're let's say like a girl or a guy, I guess, who sleeps with like 10 people, and then they end up getting married. It's not, even though it made them happy, now they're in a relationship, they have a wife or a husband, and now that relationship's kind of tainted, or it has potential to, very high chance of getting a divorce because of that.
Yeah.
It's like, that really didn't make you happy. So you got to do what's right, not what makes you happy.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. I saw a video from Matt Walsh. It came out a year ago. I don't know how I didn't see it a year ago, because I've followed him for a while. But he talked about if guys and girls can be friends. So, well, do you want to say something, or do you want me to explain it first?
Go ahead. You go.
So his whole idea was that girls and guys, and actually this is based in a study, is that girls and guys who are friends, there is a very high likelihood that the guy sees the girl in a like romantic way. And if they have any chance to like slip in, they will. But the girl always just thinks that they're friends. So what do you think of that?
It's kind of funny that you asked that question, because my boyfriend and I, Joel, we were friends for a year. And that's it. We both thought we were just friends. And
Well, I think you might have thought that.
no, okay, so this is what's funny, is because when we were talking about it, I had liked him the whole time. And I thought that if I did something about it, then it was going to ruin the friendship. So I did nothing. Come to find out, when we're talking about, like, I think it was like 2 months into our relationship and we were just talking about it, he was like, yeah, I didn't make a move because I thought it was going to ruin our friendship. And I was like, so basically, we have no guts.
Yeah.
Basically, that's end of story. I feel like if a girl goes out of her way to be friends with a guy, she likes him. I think if a guy goes out of his way to be friends with a girl, he likes her.
I don't think a guy really ever goes out of his way to be friends with a girl.
I think sometimes.
I don't think so. I don't know. You can
I don't think a girl
believe what
can.
you want.
I don't think a guy and a girl can be friends forever without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I guess maybe for a time, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's tough. I don't think many guys. Actually, there is one situation where I think they can be friends, which he did mention. I guess it's not one situation, but if they're like orientated, is that the word? Yeah, orientated to a higher goal. So then they can be friends. So like Work is a good one because I had a lot of. I mean, I worked at Home Depot customer service. Those were mostly girls.
Customer service.
Mostly girls, and I guess they were mostly a lot older than me, so I didn't really see them like that anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like if you have a higher goal, like you're there to work. So if you're working together, you can be friends with the opposite. But if I go out to dinner with one of them, obviously it's not just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like church is a good one, and two couples like being friends with each other.
Yeah, that's
Like my parents hang out with the Maddens a lot. Like they're friends.
They're friends, yeah.
But
There's
it's not like my dad would go out with Mrs. Madden.
Yeah.
Like and they are just friends. Like that doesn't.
I think like couples can be friends with each other, and it's like that makes sense.
Yes.
But it's different, especially when you're like in high school.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't want to say this. I don't want to speak for you because I think you and Joelle are very mature, but I don't think many high school relationships are very serious. And I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you because you guys are smart, but I wasn't, and not many people are. So
I think a lot of people in high school revolve around this idea that like you're supposed to have a boyfriend, you're supposed to have a girlfriend, you're supposed to be in a relationship, you're supposed to have friends. It's like a societal pressure in a sense.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And I think that's why people do it. And there are some relationships, like Joelle and I, you know, we're not in a relationship because we want to be in a relationship and it's just convenient. Like we're in a relationship because we want to be with each other.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are in relationships in high school because they just want to have a relationship. They just want to be that girl in their friend group. Oh yeah, I have a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I used to hang out with a lot more people in high school than I do now. But yeah, the girls all the time would be like, oh, I want a boyfriend. And then they date this guy, break up a month later, and then start dating another guy. Like 2 weeks later, it's like, dude,
they just
settle down. Either go solo or stick with the same guy for a year. Try it.
That bothers me so much. Like
yeah.
People that are just like, oh, I want a boyfriend. They show up next week with a boyfriend just because they wanted one, then complain about the relationship.
Yeah.
If you're not going to wait for the right person and you're not going to actually put effort into it and, you know, get into a relationship because you have a connection, not just because you want a boyfriend, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, and I think people need to be more clear. I don't think there's really any one person or any one side that's more guilty of this. I think guys and girls both need to be more clear with each other.
I agree.
Because, I don't know, at least in high school, like some people just want a girlfriend to have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or and then the girl that they are trying to, you know, date, that girl thinks that she's in something for long term, and the guy doesn't think that.
Yeah.
It's just a whole thing.
It can go both ways too. Like a girl can just absolutely play a guy just because she wants to be in a relationship because she wants to be that girl.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have about 12 minutes left. There's two things. So I'm going to start with one, which I literally just thought of. But I heard this story about this girl in New York City who was like, she's not like stunning. She was just an average, she's a good looking girl, but not like crazy.
Yeah, like
and
drop dead gorgeous.
And what she would do is get a date 6 days a week so she didn't have to buy groceries. And so she ended up saving like $100 a week. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's so awful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so crazy.
And it's not like she was a crazy good-looking girl either. She's just normal
Maybe
girl.
she was charming. Maybe she was just like good with words.
Possibly. But isn't that crazy?
That's ridiculous.
And when I was watching the Whatever podcast, I've only seen one episode, but they're long. They're like 4 hours. And yeah, I couldn't go for that long. What was it? Yeah, so he mentioned that girl, and then I think one of the girls on said she would go on dates with guys, take the leftovers home, and then go hang out with her actual boyfriend.
Oh my gosh. People are crazy.
I think that's in LA though. So LA is
Unique.
California does not exist. And yeah, I can't be convinced it does. The only thing that's there is homeless people and
Beverly Hills.
idiots. That's it.
Hollywood.
That's all that's there. People used to like LA and now it's just trash.
It used to be pretty.
Yeah, I've never been over there. I think the
Really?
farthest I've been is St. Thomas, which is in the Caribbean. That's the farthest I've gone.
I used to live in California.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so sick.
Till I was about 5 or 6, and then we drove across country to move out here.
Nice. Good old warm New England.
Family road trip. We all avoided my dad's car because he played
Oh,
80s
yeah.
music and patriotic music, and my mom had the good music and the TV.
TV?
Like,
Oh,
you know,
oh,
like
yeah,
the little
yeah,
things
yeah,
that go
yeah,
on the back of the seats. Yeah.
Yep.
So we all avoided his car.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you even remember anything from that?
I remember it being nice. I remember later, like when I was like 5.
Okay.
But we did move a lot because my mom was in the military.
Oh, yeah, I feel like I knew that.
Yeah.
Was your dad?
Yeah. So my biological parents were, so my mom and my biological father, they were both in the Navy. And then my stepdad, love him. He was also in the Navy.
Yes.
We love Dana.
Yeah, he's awesome. All right, last thing. It's the question that I ask everyone. What age do you want to get married and have kids, and how many kids do you want?
Ooh, I definitely want to get married younger. I know that for sure. I don't have like a specific age.
Okay.
Like 25 maybe. No more than 3 kids. I could not handle more than that, to be honest.
Yeah. 25 that's a good age. I
Right?
think that's a good age. It's not like super early, but it's definitely early compared to a lot of people now. People get married in like their 30s now.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You're wasting so much time.
But like a lot of women, like they strategically like try to plan when they get married.
It's okay. It happens.
Because it's like a proven thing that women in their 30s, like that's their prime in their career. So nobody wants to have kids.
In their career?
Yeah, in their career. Like
Yeah.
every woman thrives when they're in their 30s in their career. Yeah.
Real quick. What do you think about like girls not getting married and just pursuing their careers?
I think certain people are like called to not get married. So, but I think only focusing on your career, you're kind of just ignoring another part of you. I feel like a lot of people have that desire to want to be loved and want to love somebody, but
Yeah, I feel like everyone does.
everybody does.
Yeah.
Exactly. There are certain people that get lost in their career and they just want money. They want materialistic things. They have a materialistic point of view, and I think that's where it becomes an issue.
Yeah, I think that's one of the negatives of feminism, that they're telling girls that being empowered is going and having a career and making a bunch of money and living alone and never getting married and never loving anyone and having no one ever love them.
Yeah.
It's like, what's more fulfilling, that or getting married, raising kids? I feel like that's
Having
more,
a family.
Yeah, taking care of a family.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more fulfilling than just a number in your bank account.
Exactly. And it's honestly kind of petty. It's like, oh, nobody loved me, so I'm not going to love anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Yep. All right, we're going to wrap this up here. 54 minutes. It's pretty good. Again, this is very cool art. I'm kind of in the way. Take a look at it real quick. All right, you're done. This hand's really cool. I hope you have a great future. I feel like you do. You're very mature. You're smart for high schooler. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the goodies. because it's free and it really helps me out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about it.
Yep. Share it with your friends, so I can keep doing it. I'm very busy. I know I put one. I actually wanted to mention this at the beginning. If you're still here listening, thank you. First of all, I wanted to mention this at the beginning. I haven't put one out in 3 weeks because literally right after my last pod, I got sick. I had a fever. It's going around, but I literally was super congested for like 2 weeks. So even after I got better, so I couldn't really talk well, and my throat still hurt. So but I'm back. We're back. Yeah. So I'll try and be putting one out once a week. It is tough finding people to do it with and like finding times to do it with them. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, again, like, share, subscribe, and see you later.